magic.
Welcome to Food Magic, the show that explores the awesome food that we eat, where it comes from, how it's bred, how it's grown, and the most important thing of all, how to cook it and really bring out those flavors. I'm Nadia Heng, and in this episode of Food Magic, we are going to dive into the secretive world of the eel. Let's face it, it's hard to imagine that this snake-like eel is good for us. But in fact, it does contain great source of protein, omega-3, which is great for our body. And to be frank, the more I learn about our slimy, strange friend, the more surprised and delighted I am about just how amazing it is. When it comes to eel, aside from being incredibly delicious, they're also high in proteins and minerals. But today I'm going to tell you a very, very useful tip. Since eels deteriorate really quickly, it's so important that you actually slaughter them on the spot. But since they're very slippery, I'd recommend leaving it to the experts. And that's what I'm about to do.
Okey, belut ni dia bergantung kepada ada dua jenis lah. Satu jenis belut sawah yang memang orang kata ada di kawasan sawah, dan satu lagi belut untuk belut sungai yang biasanya kita tangkap di sungai melalui bubu lah. Kalau di sawah ni biasanya kebanyakan melalui pancing.
Can live up to 15 years in the wild, but here is an incredible story about an eel that lived 155 years through 2 world wars. An eel named Al was thrown into a well in 1859 in the Swedish village of Brantevik when Napoleon III was King of France and work had started on the Suez Canal. For years, this eel survived eating mosquito larvae and bugs. The property on which the well was on sold over the years, but the eel remained a part of the sale. It slithered its way last in 2014. Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if you thought an electric eel was an eel, nah, they are actually a knife fish. But an exciting fact about them is that they do have enough electricity to knock off a goat. How crazy is that? Well, one thing about eels is that they do have very, very powerful jaws, so much so that they could crush their prey, from crustaceans to frogs, even birds. I wonder if humans are in that list. Well, I'm glad to say that we're not going to be crushing anything here today, except for maybe some herbs and spices for your next dish. Well, hello. Guess what I'm going to be teaching you this time? I'm going to show you how to do some eel tempura. This is going to be awesome. So, right here I have my tempura batter, if you will. Water, corn flour, cornstarch, flour and salt. All right, so that said, let's get dipping. It's as simple as this. So we've got some aubergines, some bell peppers and eel. All right, so we're gonna dump in our eel as well. And I think by now our oil is pretty hot, so just be very careful. There we go. Get these babies in there. And as you can tell, our eel is going a little bit mental in there. I think he's kind of angry that I'm cooking him. There we go. Beautiful eel tempura. While we sit and wait, or while someone else ends up munching on this, I'm gonna continue to make some more vegetable tempura to go with this. We're done battling the oil and we are done deep frying. So check it out. This is the final finished product. What a fascinating story, right? Well, in Malaysia, we call eels ikan belut or ikan linang, and they're often used as an aphrodisiac or tenaga batin by the Malay community. So we do have actually a lot of local dishes, and today that is what we're going to explore. Who's ready to learn sambal hijau belut? I'm going to teach you this with very, very basic ingredients again. As you can tell, we have a bit of a spicy theme going on today. What we have here is some lemongrass, onions, Bombay onions, our eel, a little bit of cooking oil, and of course right here, this is our chili padi paste. So if you want to know what goes into this, it's all the goodness of garlic, turmeric, onions, some lemongrass, and of course, chili padi. All right, so we're just going to use about 1/4 of this. And then we are going to add our chili padi paste. We're just going to cook this for a while. All right, so next we're going to add in our serai, and we're also going to add a little bit of sugar, simply because this is a very, very spicy dish. So I think a tablespoon should be enough. And then we're going to add in our eel. And finally, we're going to add in our chopped onions. So, this is definitely a party in a pot. And don't forget to season it with a little bit of salt. Here. You can already imagine. I'm already beginning to water. My mouth is already starting to water thinking about this. And it looks like it's going to take a little bit longer. So we're just going to leave it be for a couple of minutes. Well, this one is for all you chili heads out there. Let's serve it up. Oh yeah. Come to mama. That's right. An amazing dish, which is especially for all you chili heads out there. Now, where's my rice? Welcome back to Food Magic, where we bring the magic of food to life. We're going to find out how and where eels breed for the global market of it, which is worth almost $1 billion US. Some of us may have been lucky enough to swim past eels while diving anywhere in the beautiful reefs of Malaysia, and around the world for that matter. An eel is any fish that belongs to the family of fish called Anguilliformes, and have been known in different lands through legends and songs. These have been documented since the 1700s, but eel has long been consumed by humans, possibly at least 1,000 years ago. There are so many ways which you can use to prepare eel, and one of them is a traditional jellied eel which is found in England. But today I'm going to show you how to make a localized dish, and this is what you call a real delectable spicy dish with a kick. As eerie as the eel may appear, it's actually really good for you and a great source of protein. I'm going to show you guys how to make asam pedas ikan belut. I'm going to first start by showing you some of the ingredients that you'll need. So this is what we have here. We've got some lady's fingers, we've got tomatoes, aubergines, we've got belimbing bulu, serai, otherwise known as lemongrass, we've got torch ginger, asam, turmeric leaves, and of course our main ingredient right here, which is our eel. And over here, this big bowl right here, this is some chili paste. So put in a little bit of cooking oil. And then we add our lemongrass. All right, so next up we're gonna add in our chili paste. Let's add in half of this. Next, we're gonna add in our eel. This is about 1 eel right there. This has already been degutted. Now we're gonna add in the other main ingredients, turmeric leaves, and we've got our torch ginger. So we're just gonna cover, make sure we have enough water to just submerge the eel. Okay, just let this cook away. So if you look at our eel, it's just about cooked. So now we're gonna add in the rest of our ingredients, and we're gonna start with our belimbing bulu. I'm going to put these in very slowly. Hashtag splashback, not flashback. Next, we're gonna put in our tomatoes. Finally, our lady's fingers. Don't forget to season it with salt and pepper. We'll put the lid on it for just a little while longer, and it should be cooked. It is almost done! So let's find out for real. Even in here, they managed to hide when they're cooked. There we go. There's one little guy right there. There we go, look at that. Trust me, this is going to be absolutely amazing. I haven't even tasted it yet, but I'm already inhaling that chili paste, and I know that it's gonna go so perfectly with our eel. So give this a try and make eel a part of your diet. It's a great source of protein. Though some people may still be apprehensive about trying eel, given their sort of, I suppose, not very attractive appearances, I have to tell you one dish you cannot go wrong, and that is eel on the grill. As you can see, I have my grill set laid out. I have some asparagus, tomatoes, aubergines, eel, and this is a little bit of soy sauce to dab on top, and some olive oil. All right, so we're just gonna drizzle on a little bit of olive oil. So now we're gonna start with our asparagus. Let's put in a couple of asparagus. We're gonna add on some tomatoes, a bit more olive oil on this side. Whoops. Not as elegant as I want it to be, but that's fine. Ah, that looks so good. That is one nice piece of meat. All right, and it looks like our grill has finally decided to heat up. So let's top this up with the rest of our eel. Add on a dash of soy sauce. Okay. Add a little bit onto our eel. So in this case, you're going to really be able to appreciate what and how the eel tastes like in its purest form. It literally takes a couple of minutes, and you have all this ready to be eaten. No fuss, no frills, just a simple grill. Be extra careful. And I think our asparagus is pretty much done. So it's really up to you how long you want to keep it on the grill. I personally like things a little bit burnt. It keeps things interesting. I think our eel is very happy. I'm very happy with how he looks. So it's time to take him off the grill and serve him up. Off you go. This guy did not die for nothing. Well, I think I've passed my MasterChef class with flying colors, back to caveman style. This is what I call a lean, mean killing machine. Yes, I'm really gonna enjoy this. Ta-ta, goodbye. I'm gonna see you later while I wallop this baby.
Food magic. Food magic.
fact that we can always include ingredients that are easily available into our recipes. And I say it's always best to use fresh ingredients because these help to maintain the minerals and nutrients that are great for our body. Speaking of nutrients, let's find out what the eel has to offer. Firstly, you'll be happy to learn eel does not contain sugar. Duh. Indeed, it is low in sodium and high in phosphorus, rich in antioxidants of vitamins A, most of the B's, D, and E. 100 grams of eel contains 100 milligrams of calcium. Eel has always been seen as a health-enhancing food, not just with the Japanese, but also the Chinese, Koreans, Malays, Scandinavians, and the Antipodeans. Eel flesh has been claimed to lower blood pressure and reduce risk of arthritis, cholesterol, and type 2 diabetes. Its high omega-3 content can help people who are glucose intolerant. The Japanese freshwater eel is the only vertebrate known to produce a fluorescent protein. This protein is the basis of a new test to assess dangerous blood toxins that can trigger liver disease. The skin and bones of eel have been researched and developed into a powdered form, made into pills as a natural supplement. There is a belief that it helps in brain development and is an anti-aging beauty therapy. So ladies and gents, take note.
Untuk belut ni yang kita dapat orang kata feedback daripada customer kita, dia bagus untuk luka selepas pembedahan, untuk penyakit lelah dan asma, untuk enzima gatal-gatal dan juga boleh untuk menguatkan antibodi kita lah.
Now it's time to move on to something more commonplace in Japanese restaurants. Any idea what that might be? Welcome to Illusions! It's a segment where we show you how to teach your kids to love healthy food by putting a really tasty twist on it. And today I'm going to show you how to reel them in. Haha. Let's try it. I bet you it's going to work.
Hello. I'm Alvin, the chef from Prep Room. So today we're gonna make unagi. So what is unagi? Some people ask. It's basically freshwater eel. So today I'm gonna make unagi with teriyaki glaze, olive oil, some spring vegetables, and potatoes. So once the water is hot, we're gonna put in the salt. So once it's done, we're gonna put the potatoes in. Make sure your pan is hot. Now, what I'm gonna do is put the unagi in. Make sure you put the unagi in skin side down because you don't want the flesh to burn. While crispy fish skin is delicious. See that sound? That searing sound is what you're looking for. So how do you know when it's done? It's easy. Take up and look for the skin. Touch the skin. If it's crispy, then it's basically done. And off the heat, the fish is done. What we're gonna do now is burn the skin of the potato. Just a little bit. So when you see that it's darkened, that's the texture you're looking for. So once everything is done, it's time to plate the food. So what I'm gonna do now is get a spoon, get some of this, our homemade teriyaki sauce, put it here. We have to put our potatoes. Flour first. Now we're gonna plate the unagi. One over here, one over here, and one over here. So what I'm gonna do next is get some black pepper, a pinch, put in between for the spiciness. Voila! I present to you unagi served with teriyaki sauce and potatoes, topped with green vegetables.
We've learned so much about the eel today. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I have so many more stories to share with you, but sadly, we've come to the end of another episode. I'm Nadia Heng, and this is Food Magic.